the country like what most of my mates do. They left Nigeria years ago, like 5 years ago, and probably in UK, US right now. And every year they send in some certain amount of money for property investment, real estate investment. And 10 years later, they come down and say, they come down to come and check this so-called property they've been putting in their hard-earned money, and they discover that this property is nowhere to be found.
Mommy, oh, my body they shake. Mommy, oh, my body they shake. My body they shake.
I'm even shocked, I'm speechless, because these are scenarios that plays out every now and then in the real estate space. But today, I'll be discussing how you can prevent such scenarios now and in the future. Number one, you need to verify the document belongs to the said owner for this particular property you intend to buy. Document that verifies that this person is the true owner of this property or has the power of attorney to sell this property. Power of attorney means that the owner has given the power of attorney to a particular person to sell this property on his or her behalf. So you must verify that this document is authentic and complete. Number two, you need the service of a lawyer. When it comes to legal protection of your property, you need the service of a lawyer, and not just any lawyer, a lawyer that is certified and a lawyer that deals with real estate, not just any lawyer. You need to get the service of a lawyer that deals with real estate, that understands the in and out of real estate transaction. 3, you need a registered surveyor. You can't buy into real estate or get a property in Lagos State, Nigeria without the service of a registered surveyor. Now, what does a registered surveyor do? Number one, it tells you the boundary of your said property, so that you will not have boundary issue in the future with your neighbor. You understand? Number 2, a registered surveyor ensures that your property is registered before the eye of the government in your name after transaction has been complete. Number 3, the registered surveyor ensures that this property is said to be where it actually is according to the owner, the person you are buying it from. The seller is saying, okay, this property is in so place, and that is where exactly it is. And this can only be done by a registered surveyor, not just anybody that wears construction companies and uniform or apparel that is a surveyor, not anybody that wears this safety boot that is a surveyor. No, a registered surveyor has his license to perform these duties. Like I said, the registered surveyor will help you to ensure that the survey plan sits well with the exact portion where the land is. I have a scenario whereby I've once experienced a scenario whereby the survey that was sent to me for a said property, getting to the property physically, the survey is like 50-100 meters away from where the property actually is. So this is what a surveyor, a registered surveyor, will help you checkmate. Furthermore, a registered surveyor can help you process title for your property. Take for example, you buy a property that is not yet titled but is free from government equivalence. Now, a registered surveyor can help you perfect the title from freehold to either C of O. Furthermore, if the property already has a C of O in the seller's name, it is still the registered surveyor with the service of the lawyer that can help you perfect the title or move it from C of O to governor's consent in your name. Now, the governor's consent is a title that satisfies that this said property has changed ownership from Mr. A to Mr. B. Initially, C of O was given to Mr. A on this property. Now, Mr. B is the rightful owner. Now, in the eye of the government and in the eye of the law, legally, that property now belongs to you. Furthermore, if you want to be renting out this property, you will need the service of a lawyer to ensure that the proper terms and conditions for renting is stated out and understood by the supposed tenant, so that you and your tenant will not have issues in the future. Now, these and many more are the steps you must take to safeguard your property legally. Now let's go to the security measures on how to safeguard your property. Number one is the presence of perimeter fence. Now if you buy a bare land, the first thing you must do after you've taken care of the legal aspect of protecting your property is to ensure that there's a physical presence of ownership from your own end. That means constructing or start mounting your perimeter fence on this land. Now this implies that, or this tells anybody that the omonile or the real estate developer want to bring down there to come and buy property, it shows that so portion has been bought by somebody. I cannot go to a place and I see a perimeter fencing already done in that land and someone is trying to sell it to me. The first question I ask is who is the owner of this property, because I can see or sense the presence of ownership already with that perimeter fencing present on that land. Now the second thing you would do, take for example if it's an already built house or you are currently building the house, you should put what we call CCTV surveillance camera on board. Now thank God technology has gone far that even if you're in US or in UK, you can monitor what's happening in your said property in Nigeria here. So you should have a CCTV surveillance camera functioning on your said property. Furthermore, on security measures that you can take to secure or protect your property. If it's an already built house, I would recommend you hire the service of a security agent in your house. You cannot leave your house just like that without the presence of a security agent. Now this security agent gives you information of those who comes into the property and those who goes out of the property, the activities that is ongoing in your property. Another thing I also recommend as part of security measures to protect your property is regular visit to your property. Even if you are not in Nigeria, ensure your siblings or someone you can trust with such investment goes to visit this property regularly. Another measures you can put in place is that have good relationship with your neighbor. Have good relationship with your neighbor. Now, if you have good relationship with your neighbors, they can feed you with information of what's going on in the environment. So these are security measures you can put in place to safeguard your real estate investment in Lagos State or any other part of Nigeria. Now let me quickly do a quick summary of what we've just discussed. Number one, in the legal aspect, you must verify that the documents are authentic and complete. Number two, you need the service of a lawyer, not just any lawyer, but one who understands the nitty-gritty of real estate, that knows the pros and cons of real estate investment transaction. You need the service of a registered surveyor. This helps you to avoid anything called boundary issues. It helps you to authenticate the survey plan that was sent to you. It helps you to also register this said property in your name before the government. In the eye of the law, this property belongs to you. And the registered surveyor can also help you perfect the title of your said property. Now, I also mentioned that there are security measures you can take physically. Number one is to ensure that there's a physical presence of perimeter fencing there, not audio, physical presence. Do a perimeter fencing to show boundaries of your land, where it starts from and where it ends. Possibly do an estate gatehouse. Number two, I also mentioned that you should have CCTV surveillance camera on board, that you can always see what's going on in your said property, those who are entering and those who are coming out. Number three, I also recommend that you should have the presence of security agents. Employ the services of security agents, like a physical person, a guide, or a security person present in your property. And number four, I mentioned that you should have a good relationship with your neighbors, because these persons, that relationship can save you a lot of stress, whereby they can feed you with information of what's going on within the environment your property is situated. And I also recommend regular visits to your property. Don't just buy a property and leave it there 10 years, 15 years, you've not been there. Pay regular visits to your property. Now, with these measures, you'll be able to avoid anything that will make you lose your hard-earned money. Because truth be told, making this money is not easy. After doing 3 or 4 jobs, after you continue to gather this money and you now invest it in real estate in Nigeria, and you come down and they tell you that this property is nowhere to be found, it's really, really heartbreaking. Now, this is kind of information I share on this channel. So for you to get such information, for you to get more educated tips like this, kindly subscribe, like, and please drop comments. I would like to hear from you what you want me to discuss about, so that when next I come your way, we'll discuss more on real estate investments in Nigeria. And if there are other tips you think I missed out on, please share it in the comment section. Thank you. My name is Emmanuel O. Julius. Stay safe and stay blessed. Like I always say, keep buying real estate. That is the sure means to guarantee and safeguard and create transgenerational wealth, not just for you, but for your loved ones.